A Kalamazoo mom in court fighting to keep her only surviving child after 3 of her children were killed in an apartment fire. 24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson sat through the day-long hearing that just wrapped up about a half hour ago. Danny is live in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, and Rick, today actually ended up being part 1 of a trial which will determine whether or not Jonetta Woods should regain custody of her last living child. And it actually became a bit of a battle of the experts. We heard contradicting testimony about Woods in terms of how aware she is and how able she is to parent her remaining living child. We should also mention Woods is currently pregnant at the time. Now, Woods' cognitive ability was brought up on multiple occasions tonight, with state experts saying she had impairments. The other big issue that was brought up is how she's handling the deaths of her 3 children in that fire earlier this year, and whether or not she has taken any responsibility for it. Several state experts testified today that Woods has shown no emotion about that and doesn't think that she played any role in their deaths, while a defense expert directly disagreed.
I don't see her as blaming herself for what had happened. And then as far as others, after the trial for Red, the one that was recently held, Fred Gillespie, she was definitely angered that he wasn't held responsible for the deaths of the children.
And there was an avoidance of going back to the area. One of the things she stated was just the smell of smoke would activate the anxiousness, sometimes the crying, which was something that she said 2 times in particular.
Now, we ended the day on that last defense witness that you just heard from, and she actually brought up pretty extensively the issue of race and whether or not that may have played a role in how Woods interacted with the various experts that she's spoken to. Now, that's an issue that the judge says they do plan to go into more deeply on part 2 of this trial, which is currently scheduled to take place in March. Live in Kalamazoo tonight, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.